Hello and welcome to the Keys Book Web Camera Show. It's me, your host, John Nonalani Remus IV, and today let's turn fantasy into reality. Fantasy being the possibility to have a lot of bedroom time with either yourself or your soulmate, and reality being in order to achieve that result, it requires coordination, family, and the spoken word progression into a very coordinated and carefully structured society. 100 years ago, people were having a lot less sex and they weren't as healthy. But now, with people talking and creating, we've made advances in medicine, social architecture, and just made it possible to have more sex. So the next step is creating some ideological stuff that allows us to be more accepting and understanding of other beliefs, more cosmopolitan, and more prepared to enter into heaven on earth. What um, what that entails is the word, the spoken word. Now, there are fantasies such as mm, making money, or what do you call it? You know, finding money or winning money or being a celebrity or, you know, having a quick, um, short-term relationship with somebody. Those are things that really seem like they might be worthwhile and fulfilling, but it's just like an addiction. It only works for a short time. But what works for a long time is commitment and dedication and a goal to have a family and a goal to be with somebody not because of their the way they look, their body, even though you might like the way they look, but that doesn't last. You know, for instance, a woman can have breast cancer and then, her breasts are no longer there. So if is the foundation of the relationship you have with her based on you being on par with each other and being intellectual equals, feeling that you really like each other's just mindset, or is it simply because of convenience and maybe one person has money and the other person wants security, etc. Alright, so here are some words to to help us differentiate between uh, just having fun and actually creating something special so that we can all have more bedroom time. So, besides a single day of the week doing something such as going to church, I wonder what the main a religious practice if everyone is, going to church once a week can be one thing. Um, Praying could be another, but I think the main religious practice, in other words, what's the thing that you do most um, for your religion? And I believe that's thinking. For instance, praying or thinking that God will do something, or thinking about what you're going to eat, or thinking about your relationships. Those are like religious matters, they're not business matters. So I suggest that we think about light work, think about people smiling, think about uh, think about royalty, think about being princes and princesses, and then kings and queens once we unite, uh, as soulmates, we become kings and queens, and just thinking of everyone having their own unique uh, intelligence, and not being maybe dumber or smart. Excuse me, dumber or smarter, and just removing doubt and fear that I deserve something, or just eliminating these things with thankfulness, visualizing people smiling that you're upset at, exercise, um, just talking to other people, and trying to be non-judgmental while at the same time holding your own spiritual space. When you have your own space, your main religious time, which is basically the time you spend with yourself, you're the person you spend the most time with. Um, controlling your thoughts and controlling the the progression of the mind. So let's see. I'm reading through my notes and sharing with you um, just the concept of being God, the oneness consciousness of everything I look at, every person is me, and I take responsibility for what's going on. Um, just repetition mantras to help program the mind. Um, Things like I can leave this body, and nothing will have changed. I'm always the same person. I'm always God. Um, Here's a thought too. A belief that the behavior of others must be controlled so that your observation of that good behavior will make you feel good. It leaves you vulnerable to their behavior. We would like to help you understand that neither the good feeling you find when you observe wanted behavior, nor the bad feeling you find when you observe unwanted behavior is actually the reason that you feel good or bad. The way you feel is only ever about your alignment or misalignment with the source within you. It is your only relationship with the source within you, with your own inner being. That is the reason for the emotions you feel. While it is nice to find things in your physical environment that enhance your good feeling, alignment with your inner being, your understanding of why you feel good, will make it possible for you to feel good regardless of the behavior of others. understanding that the way you feel is really about your vibrational relationship with the source within you. The the version of yourself that is like a vortex. It gives you complete empowerment and absolute freedom. Now, what is freedom really? I think freedom, I know that slavery is like being in a relationship or a job that you're just there for the money or for basic needs, survival, nature. Freedom, though, is having a choice. You know, being able to plan your future and choose to think a certain way, and having privacy, just having your own space to really enjoy yourself. Um, so I'm constantly doing my best, and I don't change. And let us mm, discover our that we are all this thing that's called God. That what else could it be? Mm, Christians sometimes say things like it's God's will, but how could you know God's will, or how could you know that it was God's will unless you're actually God? So, but doing the light work, the concept of sinning, or that we can't do it with our own physical minds. I believe in that. I believe that it's only possible by beaming this brilliant white light around, uh, and it's not possible to create this level of physical arrangement and serendipity, or what do you call it, synchronicity that I experience. Um, so in other words, I can't get there with my own mind. Let's see. So we're only fighting with the animal mind, the ego mind that says things like I'll be happy if I am in a short-term relationship, but you know, that's the world. That's not heaven. There's a sort of comfort to going to church. It's like a safe place for me. mm, I wonder what that's all about. Uh, you know, I may miss some of the companionship, but are my relationships healthy? Are they aligned with my true nature of what I believe to be family? What I believe are the people that I associate with people who believe the same thing as me, or am I just doing it to try to be nice or try to be a friend? Okay, so a few other thoughts. When masturbating, before you do, be like erotic with yourself, or what's the term, sensual, and like touch yourself, or like knead your arms, by going like that, and just knead your hands, and grab your scalp, and then just knead all your muscles, um also using alcohol, rubbing those little circular swabs can be nice to just clean the skin, leaving you refreshed. Um, what else? I'm just talking, right? I think it's time to quit, though. It's past 15. Alright, see you next time.